Really, like, I was really scared. Like, I didn't know like that my life could like end at like my school or anything. Like,
there's a couple of people missing from the classroom, so I felt pretty scared for them.
My dad actually, he told me to stay home from school for like a couple days.
Tonight, the community on edge with heightened concern from students and parents throughout the Eugene 4J school district as threats continue to plague the district. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brandon Kamerman.
And I'm Kendall Bartley. Days ago, a threat was posted to social media with horrific details about executing a mass shooting at Churchill High School. Last night, the district received continuing threats, likely from the same source. Eugene police believe these threats are not credible.
Despite that, the community is still on alert. There have been multiple threats within a few days, along with a school shooting in Iowa today. Then 3 4J schools activated safety response protocols today: Churchill High, South Eugene High, and Roosevelt Middle School.
Now, all 3 of those campuses went into secure response or a lock-in. Earlier today, the district said there was an unidentified person on the Churchill campus that no one recognized, so they went into the safety response protocol.
Police and staff eventually located that person and determined it was a maintenance worker who had worked there for years. This comes as Churchill already had a police presence on campus following threats earlier this week that were originally posted on the social media site Reddit.
Shortly after, Roosevelt Middle School and South Eugene High School were placed on lock-in after students saw a person on the bike path wearing a ski mask near the school. Staff was alerted and both schools went into safety response protocol.
After making contact with the person, police determined there were no credible threats. The lock-ins for all the schools were lifted. We heard from 4J Superintendent Andy Dye.
I would not say it's a heightened response. I'm very pleased that staff did exactly what we asked them to do. If somebody sees something unsafe on campus, we need to follow our protocols. I know it's disruptive. Again, I know it's anxiety producing. We don't want to be, as I said earlier, cavalier about going into any type of safety protocol, but we want to make sure that our schools and our students are safe.
Now, this is a continuous process for the district, who has to respond individually to each potential threat. That's why there are protocols in place to handle the circumstances of each incident.
4J has a standard response protocol in place. It includes 5 different responses based on the circumstances. One is for students and staff to hold in their room or area. Another is secure. Get inside and lock all outside doors.
Then there's lockdown. That's where the people inside lock all the locks, turn off the lights, and move to an area out of sight. Another response is to evacuate and move to another area. And the final is shelter, which is often related to weather incidents.
So let's take a closer look at number 2, secure, also called a lock-in. That's what was in place today. According to 4J, a secure action is called when there is a threat or hazard outside of the school building, whether it's due to violence or criminal activity in the immediate neighborhood, or even a dangerous animal in the playground. Secure uses the security of the physical facility to act as protection. This standard response protocol can be adjusted, but the commitment to safety remains the same.
Each time we have one of these instances, we learn something. So yes, our response to these incidences changes as we go through them. We learn something new every time, either about where a reunification site may be, how to most effectively communicate. It might not seem like there are massive increases in our response to these incidences, but after every one, we go through a debrief as an incident command team. We determine what went well, what has not.
Dye says their overall goal is to make sure everyone feels safe and comfortable.
The ongoing threats to schools within the 4J district have left parents and students concerned about the education and safety going forward.
KVAL's Billy Spotz is live at Churchill High School tonight after speaking with a handful of parents and students about these series of threats.
Well, thank you, Kendall
Billy.
and Brandon. In speaking to students and parents within the 4J school system, one thing has been clear, that this threat has been a constant source of anxiety, frustration, and fear. People kept their kids home from school, or in cases like today with those lock-ins, they picked them up early. Nicole Carlton is a parent of a student at South Eugene High School.
It's an unnerving feeling as a parent to have to decide, do I think this is a hoax and go ahead and send my kid to school, or do I come off as an overprotective parent and keep him out? Even though it might be a hoax.
Nicole kept her son out of school Wednesday. He was back in class on Thursday.
I think our worry is that eventually it's going to be a boy cries wolf thing where people don't take it seriously and then something does happen.
Larissa Devine is a parent of a Churchill student.
They didn't go yesterday because we just thought, you know, first day back, why bother, and just in case. And we did, you know, convince them that it's okay to go even though you're scared this morning.
But then Churchill went into a lock-in.
I'm a little shook, but you know, it's when you get the text and you're not sure what's going on, it's really hard to calm down afterwards until you get the information, and it takes some time.
And with the two unrelated lock-ins at both Churchill and South Eugene, anxieties aren't going away.
I was sitting next to my friends and we were like patting on each other and we were like, oh my gosh.
Ava Jones is a freshman at Churchill High School.
It was really, really scary because, well, like my principal, how she said it, she seemed really, really worried.
Another Churchill freshman had her own thoughts.
I wasn't too freaked out. I mean, I was like, what's going on, man? But my teacher was pretty like filling us in on everything and being like, we're all good inside, like just let's keep going with it and it's fine.
But with the heavy cloud of these threats hanging over students, faculty, and parents alike, any threat can now be dreadful.
Like any day, anything could happen, you wouldn't know. And everyone on social media was telling us like, don't go to school on Wednesday, and then something happens on Thursday. It's just really scary and exhausting.
If the threats increase in frequency, it may change how parents approach their kids' education.
If it came to that, I might just pull him out and have him finish school at home if it became that much of a problem.
Meanwhile, school is back in session on Friday.
There has been an increased police presence on campus as a result of this threat, and there will be a continued police presence at Churchill High School tomorrow. Now, EPD won't discuss future plans, but they have said that taking resources away from the rest of the city to address these threats will cause less urgent calls of service to be impacted. Reporting from Churchill High School, I'm Billy Spotz. Back to you guys.